take a look at the evolution of communication throughout the ages.
Spoken word stories. Oral communication was the only means for passing one's ancestry to the next generation or spooking them with the frightening ghost stories. 33,000 BC section Netherland cave painting. Cave painting are a type of parietal art found in the wall or ceilings of cave. The term usually implies prehistoric origin, and the oldest known are more than 44,000 years old. 500 BC Postal Service. In ancient Persia during the period of 500 BC to 521 BC, a true postal system was developed in Assyria. It is disputed whether it was Cyrus the Great or his successor Darius I who was responsible. 150 BC Smoke signals. Chinese soldiers were able to transmit messages as far away as 750 kilometers in just a few hours with smoke signal along the Great Wall.
In the 1150 AD, carrier pigeons, commonly known as flying rats, these bubble-headed birds were once treasured as yesteryear's dutiful postmen. Pigeons are effective messengers due to their natural homing abilities. 1140 AD, the Gutenberg printing press. It is invented by Johannes Gutenberg. A printing press is a mechanical device for applying pressure to an ink surface resting upon a print medium such as paper or cloth, thereby transferring the ink. The printing press increased the speed of communication and the spread of knowledge. 1684. Semaphore or maritime flags. A method of visual signaling usually means of flags and lights. Semaphore signaling from high towers was used to transmit messages through distant points, and information is encoded by the position of the flags. It is read when the flag is in fixed position. 1836. The Morse Code. The Morse code is a method of communication in which characters are sequenced in two different signal durations using dots and dashes. The signals of Morse code, which are intermittently transmitted, represent letters, punctuations, and numbers.
1867. Typewriter. Now a common form of communication for hipsters. The typewriter's first publication was The Adventure of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. 1876. Telephone. Today, there are 4.16 billion people who own a mobile phone. 1920. Commercial radio. The first radio broadcast included famous opera singers from the Met. Today, we're graced with the likes of Justin Bieber.
1964 Word Processor. The IBM MT or ST, magnetic tape or electric typewriter, and also known in Europe as MT72, was a model of the IBM's electric typewriter, built into its own desk, integrated with magnetic tape recording and playback facilities, located in an attached enclosure with controls and a bank of relays. It was released by IBM in 1964. It recorded text typed on 1/2 magnetic tape, approximately 25 kilobytes per tape cassette, and allow editing and re-recording during playback. 1965 Email. The very first version of what would become known as email was invented in 1965 at Massachusetts Institute of Technology as part of the university's compatible time-sharing system, which allowed users to share files and messages on a central disk, logging in from remote terminals. 1969 Internet. Today in media history, the Internet began with a crash on October 29, 1969. ARPANET evolved into the network of computer network we know as the Internet. On October 29, 1969, the first message was sent between two ARPANET computers. They tried to type in "login," but the computers crashed after the first two letters. 1990 Search engines. Archie, Veronica, and other early search engines. The first major search advance was Archie, which beginning in 1990 made it possible to search through a site's file directories. Archie was painful to use, but compared with what we had been dealing with, it was wonderful.
1996 Instant Messaging. Instant Messaging, or IM for short, gave us the wonderful world of emoticons. ICQ, a type of instant messaging service, became the first instant messaging service to be embraced by users from all over the world. Having a conversation with the person far from you has never been easier. 2002 Social Networking. In 2002, social networking really hit its stride with the launch of Friendster. Friendster was the very first proper social network. It was founded in 2002 and has over 100 million registered users, mostly from Asia. Through Friendster, users can discover friends and expand their growing networks. Social media helps us to communicate with other people around the globe. 2006 Microblogging. Microblogging is the general term for the concept of posting very short status updates. Twitter is a type of online microblogging service for distributing short messages among groups of recipients via personal computer or mobile telephone. Twitter incorporates aspects of social networking websites such as MySpace and Facebook with instant messaging technologies to create networks of users who can communicate throughout the day with brief messages or tweets that cannot exceed 140 characters.
So that is the evolution of our communication throughout the ages. Thank you for watching.